Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin. I am your host, Q Nelson. I am followed by my two wonderful co-hosts, and Bowden and Andre. How you guys feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Ready to get into these sports. Give the world, a nice little layout of what's going on this weekend.
There you
Feeling
go.
good, ready to talk about some football, and glad I don't have to speak about Iowa today.
I'm in the same mode as y'all. So let's get started. Let's talk about Illinois and Purdue. After the win Illinois just had, I think they are going to have an even wonderful game against Purdue. Yes, Purdue has a lot of sneakiness to them, like because they offense is it's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's not mediocre either. But they had to do a lot of trickery to like find a way down the field or find a way in the end zone. That's something I noticed over the past weeks. Like especially like against Notre Dame, who they played a couple weeks back. They scored first, but it was off a trick play.
Right.
And I can see them just bringing out the magic tricks out of the hat, pulling out a bunny rabbit. How they doing it? They deep in they bag of tricks.
I was gonna say, yeah, Illinois is a legit team this year, and I feel
Mhm.
like, dude, they're gonna try and come with, I don't know, produce a team with a lot of highs and lows, and I feel like when you're like inconsistent like that, you can't really compete with a team like Illinois. So I guess their goal this week should be trying to find their game plan and get like as consistent and smooth as a game plan as they can find, and try and just get that going against Illinois because I don't think trick plays is going to be answered this week either.
Well, Purdue has hosted some big games where they've won where they've won. Think back to 2018 Ohio State. Think about 2021 they beat Iowa, who was ranked. I think we were number two at that point in time after a win after Penn State. So, I mean, Purdue, you can lose there. You can definitely lose there. They have a strong team this year compared to most seasons. They've won a couple of games. People didn't really think they were going to be very good. So they can compete.
I would
I
say.
believe. Illinois is probably going to come out off the gun just rolling, but you never know. You never know what you're going to see out of Purdue.
Yeah, you absolutely right about that. But this game is not going to be a shutout, and this game honestly might be closer than what y'all think, or than what most people think. Because Purdue defense is solid. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they are a very solid group, especially up front and in a secondary. Yes, yes, they lose and like I guess in tight game situations. But if they play like how they do, like in the first half of every game, this game might come down to the wire in a way. Because Purdue first half is like just something out of a fairy tale. Like every time I look up, either they up by a touchdown or 3 points before halftime. Every time. And they are usually the first team to score because they pull out the rabbit out of the hat. Okay. And I mean, but if they defense could hold up, say if they defense could hold Illinois to like probably 20, 21 points or later, it's gonna come down to a one score game.
Hmm.
I can
Because I
definitely see
can't
that.
I can't too because Purdue's gonna find a way. They don't care what type of way it is, they gonna find a way in the end zone. They gonna find a way to at least come out with 17 points by the end of the game.
I don't disagree with that, not at all. But I do think Illinois is very strong, and I think they're going to score a lot of points.
Hmm.
I definitely could see this game being a close one, but I think Illinois just kind of dominates, scores a lot of points. They might let up a couple touchdowns here, especially early on. I think that first quarter, if Purdue can put up some points, strong in the first quarter and even leading into the second quarter, they might actually be able to pull this one out. They just got to come out hot, fast, and ready to win the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Because Purdue comes out hot like they normally do. Illinois has some games where they start out real slow in that first half, so they take advantage,
Oh,
get
oh.
a big jump out in the first half. Like some big things can happen. So I feel like that's something Purdue should look for and try and take advantage of getting a big hot start. But they got to maintain that the second half because it's no point in jumping out big in the first half if you lose the second half and lose the game.
I agree with that, and I love your professionalism because I would have. Said whoa, and all types of things. If my computer would have failed. But yes, Ray. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like this game is gonna be a little tougher than what it seems or what people don't think of. Because on paper, Illinois is the better team. They are the big brother to like Purdue in a way for this
Definitely.
game. But football is a game. It's like a game of chess, and of course it's gonna come down to the players. It's also gonna come down to the schemes, the morale, and who has the most momentum. And plus, Illinois is at Purdue, so it's always hard to win on the road. And it don't matter if you number one going against the 100th ranked team. It's just usually hard to win on the road because when you do all that traveling, that accumulates to a lot of things because that's like restless travel. Yes, you ain't doing nothing, but people would rather be in a hometown or or their hometown college and just chill out instead of hitting the road or taking flights or whatnot. That still take a toll on the body.
Definitely. And, Illinois, they're coming off of a big win against USC. They have a lot of momentum
Mhm.
rolling into this game.
They do.
But that can be stopped, especially when you're playing away. In a
Hmm.
place like Purdue, Purdue can have a great environment. I've seen great environments there. We've seen bad environments there as well. You never know what you're going to get out of that fan base in that team. So, but usually when it's a bigger game like this, they show up and try to support their team. So I think
Hmm.
the crowd will play a big factor in this. If they can get in there, pack the stadium, get really loud, maybe they throw off Illinois' cadence and Illinois' rhythm, and maybe there's a couple snaps when there shouldn't be snaps, or
Hmm.
here's a false start every here and there. Like, who knows what
Yeah,
we're gonna see?
yeah, because things happen. Things definitely happen. It's football. It's football. And my old coach used to always say, it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmy and the Joes. But this game might just be about the X's and O's. Because the Jimmy and Joes are the players, if nobody, get the reference. The Jimmy and Joes are the players. The X's and O's is the plays and the scheme of things. I just had to break that down real quick. Illinois, like I said, Illinois on paper is way better. That's on paper.
That's on paper.
Yeah,
I
but
On paper they look better than Indiana too.
and we all seen how that game went, 63-10.
Now it's a different situation, obviously,
Oh yeah, it's
very
a
different. I mean, they were Illinois and Indiana were a lot more comparable than Illinois and Purdue, but
hmm
this game shows a lot for Purdue.
yeah. Purdue has some type of backbone in football this year, which is surprising.
It
It's
is.
true.
Is a basketball school is actually somewhat competing in football. It's surprising, honestly. That's like with Duke.
Yeah,
Hmm. It's like he's almost at the same league and same situation as that. Because like they will surprise you. They will do the unexpected to get you on your toes. Well, actually, it actually knock you over in a way.
100%. And this is a rivalry game in a way. I don't
Hmm.
know how big of a rivalry this is for either of these schools, but it is a trophy game historically. It's a Cannon Trophy. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is, but you want to take home that trophy at the end of the day,
Hmm.
especially if you're the home team. You don't want the other team to travel with it. You want to have that in your stadium, celebrate with it all night, put it up in the locker room for the whole rest of the week. Like,
Yep.
that's what
Just
you want. That's
and
what you
just
want.
look at it.
Exactly. That's exactly what you want out of this game. So if for
Yeah.
either team, this is huge. You're trying to win as hard as you can because you want that trophy in your locker room.
Hmm. I agree with that. I agree with that because say for our college of Bluffton, right? Football, we play Defiance every year for the Hammer,
Not
and
anymore.
yeah, I know, and they got it too.
Yep.
That was bold.
It's all theirs now.
Yes, it is forever, forever. Well, anyways,
Let's say we won.
let's let's talk about Nebraska and Michigan State. This one, this one might be a good one. Because Michigan State is the little brother of Michigan. I don't care what nobody say. They are our little brothers, okay? But Nebraska is not a bad football team, honestly. And Michigan State has been struggling in a way, offensively and defensively. And if Nebraska can actually take a hold of that and like establish the run game, it's going to be a hard uphill battle game.
Both of these teams have been a lot better than they were last season, and the year before that. Even, these guys are both competitive. Nebraska, I thought we were going to see more out of them this year so far. I thought they were going to get a couple of wins here and there that they didn't get, but Michigan State, they've really impressed me, and I think these guys are both pretty evenly matched. I think they both could win this game. I think it's going to be really close, but that Nebraska environment that they have at home, I think that's going to be what seals this game, honestly. I mean, you don't get much of a better environment from a stadium than at Memorial in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's pretty evenly matched too. Michigan State has had a lot of ups this year. They've been surprising us in a lot of areas. Definitely made a lot of improvements, maybe recruiting or coaching staff or whatever, but they definitely have picked it up this year. Nebraska, I don't know. I wouldn't want to have to play. I wouldn't want to play there. So I think that is what the edge gives you. But when you like two teams that are close to each other, when it's a competitive game, like you need all the little things you can get. So just that home field advantage, like even if it's one or two more fans, like just that alone just helps give you that little boost you need. Get you like on that 4th and 1 when it's your crowd rooting for you. You get that little push in, or it's 4th and 1 in. And like you the away team, you can't even hear what your call is. Like that stuff makes a difference.
It makes a
100%.
huge difference because that causes confusion and frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And if a team is frustrated, they start imploding within themselves. Well, that's what imploding means. But they start like, I'm imploding.
Yeah, they start arguing. People are starting to point fingers at each other. They get even more upset.
Mhm.
And you don't want that. It kills team chemistry. It drives everybody down.
Mhm.
And that can happen when you're playing in a place like Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay, my bad. I got a message. It's about Denby Osborne. Oh my God. Denby just won 58-0. I'm sorry. I am sorry for that. For all the viewers, I'm from Detroit, and Denby is the school I coached at over the summer. It,
Shout out Denby.
shout
Congratulations.
out.
Shout out.
I'm so sorry. But yes, on paper, these both of these teams are evenly matched. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come over to like it's gonna come down to the turnover battle, or whose special teams are better.
Yeah, and
Uh,
both these teams have a strong ground game as
mhm,
well as a strong air game. But I think most of this is going to come down to being on the ground. They both can pass really well. I like the quarterbacks on each side. With Aiden Childs at Michigan State, he's a dog. Dylan Raiola, he's a copycat of Patrick Mahomes. I don't really like him because I'm an Iowa fan, but he's a dog. So I'm
yes,
not
he
gonna
is.
not gonna let that take away from him. He is a dog anyway, despite the fact he plays at Nebraska. But
Mhm.
the ground games where this game is won, they're evenly matched in the air. Put them on the ground. Whoever takes over, whoever leads there, I think pulls this game out.
I agree. I agree. I
Uh,
love. It's gonna be a fight in the trenches. Ooh, we love to see that. Let's go, big boys.
I'm not the
But
biggest baby Mahomes, but I don't know. I think he's better than Michigan State's quarterback, and I think I don't, I think he's gonna get it done today. I don't really like him, but I do think he can play. Like that dude can ball. He'll be playing on Sundays one day.
playing just
Eh,
like his father, Mahomes.
maybe. Maybe. I don't know about Sundays. Maybe like Sunday fourth quarters and a blowout. Sure. Maybe preseason games. Sure. I don't think Dylan Rayola was all that. But
Thursday
who
night.
knows? Who knows? I was a hater on Josh Allen. I
Look at him
was.
now.
I'll sit here and say that. I was a hater on Josh Allen. So maybe I'll be wrong about Rayola too. I hope not.
That's weird though. Like who would think like this big chunky dude from where was he at? Wyoming?
Wyoming.
Like who would think that he would be what Josh Allen turned out to be?
Well, really, I didn't like him because there was so much hype around him at the beginning of that year. And then they played Iowa like game one, and everybody was like, he's going to beat them. He's going to destroy him. And I was like, no, he's not. And then we beat them. I don't I don't remember if they even scored a touchdown. They may be only a field goal. And I was just like, see, this guy is not it. He's not it. And now look at him. I really like the guy now, but
Oh, yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. He is literally a Ford Fusion SE running on that field. He's
Yeah.
a pretty big guy, man.
definitely.
And he could like throw the pill, like he could throw the mess out of the ball.
Definitely.
So let's jump forward. Let's talk about the big dogs. And I'm talking about the Weeko Ohio State.
But you had this
Uh,
first stuff.
I know. I mean, y'all are. I have to give y'all flowers. Y'all are still number one.
I can get
Y'all,
that.
Still
it's
number
so,
one.
so y'all are the big dogs for right now, okay? But the bigger dogs about to come. They about to come by soon. Y'all just y'all not even full-fledged pit bulls. Man. Y'all just
Like that.
bulls,
Hands like
huh?
credit us. They don't know if we like creditable sources or not when you say stuff like that.
And I'm just a biased Michigan fan. You know this.
Yeah.
And
But once again this week we have to go with the boys, Ohio State, to get the win this week. But I don't think it's going to be a just a dominating blowout or anything like that. After last week against Washington, I think that if we come out like that again against Minnesota, like we'll have a little bit of a scare. So I don't know. I think this is our week to kind of redeem ourselves and pick it up, get right back on the tracks and stuff like that. But I still think this is an Ohio State win, clean or ugly. I think we win.
agree.
I agree with that, except I think it's going to be completely clean. You know, Washington, it's a hard place to play at. You know, and Ohio State was on the road, their first road game of the season. I don't think they'll have any issue at home. None at all, especially against Minnesota. Minnesota's been good, not overly great. You know, PJ Fleck, solid head coach. Not a huge fan of him personally, but he's been a good head coach, especially for that program. So, you know, but I just don't think they can get it done, especially not in the shoe.
I agree. I agree. And I'll be honest, I'm hoping to see Ohio State actually plays with that compassion and conviction that they played with last year.
Mm.
Because they, for the past couple games, it looked like that they just been like lollygagging and they wasn't really locked in a way or really all the way focused. Because they could like they could have dominated last week. And yes, there was the way, and at a very tough environment. But at the end of the day, y'all are the number one ranked team. Y'all should dominate, regardless of the fact.
100%.
But they looked at like very, very lackluster in a way, and they like just keep coming into games that they are expected to win, which they are. But you shouldn't play like that. You should still play with that drive and that hunger, like you are about to go against, like say Tennessee again, Michigan or whatnot. And then like y'all have to have that drive, y'all have to have that hunger. Because if they try to kick it in late in the season, it's not gonna kick in. That's one switch you just can't flip.
Definitely.
Yeah. I was gonna say the fans should be bored. Like when we have like these games, we should be putting up 40, 50 points. Like like trying to score and just win like as hard and strong as we can. So we just stay like in that mode throughout the season. Like we gotta be I don't know. I don't like the ups and downs and the you gotta pick yourselves up and all that stuff. You need the motivational speeches. Like they should be on I don't know, on point, on 10 the whole season. There shouldn't be an ups and downs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Y'all are number one. I mean, y'all still have a lot to prove because if y'all at the top of the mantle, it's people that want that spot.
Hmm.
It's a lot of teams that want that spot, especially if they're in the top 25. And if I'm gonna say this, if y'all keep playing the way how y'all do, no offense to any Ohio State fans, and this is not bias, this is just me knowing sports. If y'all keep playing the way how y'all are gonna get that bye, but y'all might lose the first game that y'all's playing the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't have that heart of conviction as of right now.
I feel like it really comes down to who we play. And I feel
I
like
mean, yeah,
kind
Yeah,
of
definitely.
And I feel like yeah, Washington, like that was a slow game, but like if you put like Penn State, Oregon, or something, like we pick it up. Then if we play Texas now, like it's a whole different ball game. We score a whole lot more points. So I feel
Mhm.
like it's just these I don't know. That's part of the struggle of being like one of the better teams in college football, because a lot of times you're going to play a weaker team. So like you conserve your offense, and it slows you down a little bit, and then you have to play like picking up football the rest of the season.
Mhm.
You know, a big thing about being one of those top dog teams is you get criticized for winning games. And I
Yeah,
mean, we're sitting here doing it a little bit, but you get criticized for winning games because you don't put up enough points, or, you know, you guys didn't look overly great or as dominant as usual. You're not going to look 100% number one in every category every single week. That just doesn't happen. You're
Yeah.
always going to have slip ups. You're always going to have just little miscues here and there, and especially when
Mhm.
you're on the road. And that's why I just don't think this, like, what happened last week, honestly, I just don't think it really matters when coming into this game against Minnesota. They're playing a team that I don't think is as good as Washington. They're playing at home instead of in a a hostile environment, hours and hours away from home.
Mhm.
I just don't think they have a problem. And really, I think the only thing Minnesota can do to even slow Ohio State down is if they dominate on the ground and burn a lot of time. But that Ohio State D line, I just think it's too good for Minnesota's O line. Minnesota has a solid O line. I like them. They have a good ground game. It's just not. I just don't think it can keep up with Ohio State for 4 quarters.
I agree. And this is when they got to bring out the wing tee.
This is exactly the moment for the wing tee. You are completely right. Bring it out, Minnesota. Bring out the wing tee. Guarantee a win for Minnesota if they run the wing tee the entire game.
the
Bring
fight.
Four
the
passes.
tee.
Throw 4 passes in this game. Run the wing tee the rest of it. Minnesota wins the ball game.
There it is.
Y'all be pissed. Come out. Like,
Hey, you come out Ohio State and they first job score, then Minnesota just come on the wing tee and take off that whole quarter.
It could happen.
hate the
Probably
Hey, it
won't.
could.
Probably
Yeah, yeah.
won't. But
Oh
it
yeah,
could.
it won't. It won't. It probably won't never happen. Well, it can happen. It's
Never know.
especially if you know that your offensive line can't really keep up. You have to incorporate something to help them out. And if that's incorporating the wing tee, go ahead and have at
Give
it.
me 3 tight ends in the game, a fullback, a running back, 5 linemen. We're set.
Man, yes. Ain't no wideouts. Everybody's in the box. Everybody.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Question of the day. Because I got asked this when I went to work. Would y'all rather have 10 years of fall camp or that's for football or 3 days, which is all sports? Or would y'all go to prison for 10 years
How many 3 days do I have? Same amount of time as
every
fall camp
day, every day for 10 years?
for 10 years. Is it fall camp for 10 years as well?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, at least you really get to sleep in jail. So I mean,
that's the one thing. You got a little bit of free time there at least. I mean, you might not be able to do what you necessarily want with it.
Yeah, and I won't call that free time. I got a lot of time
Right.
to think.
Yeah.
is
Free
it
lot time.
at Bluffton or fall camp at like a D1?
At a D1. I'm gonna make it easier at a D1.
Fall camp.
With the food there, like steaks and like
Fall
camp
camp.
recovery they got, it might be a little bit manageable. But at Bluffton, like, I think so.
That's true.
I like I went for fall camp because I'm like, yes, it's brutal on the body and taxing on the mind, but that's when you build them relationships with your brothers. And that's when the
100%.
most funniest things, the funniest unhinged things happen. Because people are tired and people is not holding back no more.
You know what? That's also where games are won.
True.
Exactly.
Body.
And who had a better fall camp this year? Minnesota or Ohio State? We'll see.
Well, yeah, it's time to see. Minnesota did not.
Probably not.
I got Ohio State by a long shot.
Yeah, me too.
All right, now it's time to move up to the big dogs of the north. Michigan. Ooh. We playing another red team. But this
So
this
many of them.
Wisconsin team, yes, it is. It's a lot. Like just red and white. At least Ohio State they have their blackout jerseys. They have their gray jerseys. They have alternatives.
Yeah,
I'm tired of just seeing just bright red and white. It's hard on the eyes when you watch it on TV.
definitely sticks out though.
Oh, yeah, it do, like it really do. But this Wisconsin team has not been playing well this year for real, not at all. Like even their own fans want the coach to be fired pronto, immediately. I know, and I'm very cool with the Wisconsin fan, and he said like he's tired of him. He want him gone. He want him gone, and he's not even really a big football player. Well, a football head in a way. It's Sergio, by the way, Dre. But I got in this game. It's not really much to be said, but Michigan run game is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for the Wisconsin. What are they? What are they? The Badgers.
Yep.
Yes, it's going to be a problem for the Badgers. Hey, look at that Wolverine and the
Badgers,
Badger.
Wolverine. I was about to say they're basically the same thing.
Exactly, but in this
Pretty
game, it's not.
close. No,
In
no.
this game, Michigan is about to say, "All right, jumbo formation, hand the ball off all game." And guess what? It's gonna be a lot of explosive plays off the run. Like Bryce Underwood, he don't even really have to throw the ball this week,
Probably
so
not.
he can just rest up, like his shoulder and whatnot. He can still use his legs if you want to, because
You don't want him getting hit.
you really don't. But whenever he uses legs, he been more comfortable and more electrifying in a way than just being like just a pure pocket passer. Because that's not him. He's a dual threat. He can throw it and he can run. But to me, he's more dangerous with his legs because people are scared of the fact that he can still throw the ball and get it in and fit it into tight windows also.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely sad to say. I hate to say this. It barely wants to come out the tongue, but I got them one dudes
Oh,
winning.
no pride.
Those
There
The
one
it
one
is.
dudes.
dudes are. I don't know, something in me. I don't have no facts, no reasons. I don't have no data, no stats, nothing on why I think this. But I feel like it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter decision. I feel like Wisconsin is just about to play like probably their best game of the year this weekend. Michigan, I don't think it's gonna be a win, but I just feel like this is gonna be like something interesting. Like they're about to surprise everybody.
They finna shock the world in a way.
Hmm.
Well, I hope that
I
feeling is wrong.
I disagree. I definitely disagree. But you never know. Obviously, you never know. It's going to be hard for Wisconsin. Obviously, playing at the Big House, one of the hardest places to play. I mean,
Mhm.
the only other place I really think is a lot harder would be Penn State.
Hmm.
And we saw a loss there last week. We saw Penn
Yes, he
State lose at
did.
home last week in a whiteout environment. So anything's possible. Anything's possible.
11.
Maybe Wisconsin will come in and play lights out. I don't think they will. The fans were booing the coach 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
booing the coach off the field going into
The first half.
halftime.
Yes, I'm
And then
like
they
in the
came
first half.
out, yeah, in the first half. And then they came out and just still played awful. So this
Hmm.
team's just not built well. You got to give a coach a couple years when they get there to, build their team with the portal, maybe just a tiny bit less because they can bring their old players from their system or, they can bring in other players who are going to fit their system at this new school.
Hmm.
Luke Fickle just hasn't done a great job of that. He needs to win. He needs to win, or this could possibly be where he gets fired. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think he coaches out the rest of the season, but
Hmm.
he might not. He might not make it through the whole year.
I
I really
oh
like.
I hate go ahead, Drake. My bad.
I was just gonna say I really like Blue Fickle. I really liked him at Cincy. I met him. I went to a Cincy camp back when I was in high school, and I got to talk to him like one on one and stuff. And he was real cool. So I don't know. I was really rooting for him when he went on to Wisconsin. I was sad he left, but when he did, I was rooting for him. I was hoping he'd get it going. But it's sad to see like this slow start. It's not what you used to from him.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I liked him at Cincy. I met him when I was like probably 7, 8 years old, probably at like an Ohio State like youth camp back in the day.
Okay.
So like I feel what you're saying there. Like I love the guy. He's a great coach. It's just not been going well at Wisconsin, and maybe that's just not the right place for him. I hope it's not because I don't like Wisconsin. So I really don't want him to do well there, but anywhere else except there or Iowa State or Wisconsin or Nebraska. Really, really anywhere though. I hope he's successful except Wisconsin. It's just the way it is.
Sure.
I love it. I love this podcast. I just love it. Yeah, because here it's a safe place where everybody could just express their own opinions and how they actually feel, biased or not.
I try to be unbiased, but
I don't, especially when it comes to Ohio State. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's just that feud, you know. I don't think I'm play for the school, but I just feel it. I just feel it. And plus, it doesn't help that I live in Ohio as of right now. It doesn't help. That's all I see. Ohio State this, the Ohio State. I'm like, we are 2 hours or sometimes 2.5 hours away. Support another team. We are somewhat closer to Athens, to Ohio University and Ohio State.
in some places. I mean, dude, Bluffton's closer to Ann Arbor than it is to Columbus.
Definitely is. Definitely
Or it's
is.
right. It's right about the same, really. But
No, it's like an hour 45 because I take that way whenever I go home on Ford 75 going north.
okay, yeah, it's about an hour and a half to Ohio State to Columbus. So basically the
Yeah,
same. You think you might see
yeah,
some more split up there,
Mm.
but
especially in
no.
Toledo. With Toledo, I mean, that used to be Michigan back in the day.
hmm Now it's a mixture of things in Toledo. It's a mixture.
That's a
I
way to
mean,
put it.
of course, you got Toledo University that almost same coach is almost the same as Michigan's, and then you just a sprinkling of that red.
You
Ugh.
know, the original location of Michigan University. Do you know where it was? Or University of Michigan, I mean. You know
Um,
where the original location? Toledo, Michigan, when Michigan was in, or when Toledo was in Michigan.
Mm.
Never knew
And it
that.
became Ohio, and they moved to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I never knew that. I've been a Michigan fan for so long. I never knew that. At the
Very
same time,
long ago. Very long ago. I mean, there's no need to even know that. I don't know why I know that.
you
It's just in there for some reason.
just a random fact, eh? It's like I know that they like the Baltimore Ravens used to be in Ohio,
Technically,
and
yeah.
and I know that for no reason, and that was before the Browns became the Browns.
Well, you had the Cleveland Browns, and then they went to Baltimore to be the Baltimore Colts. And then the Colts went to Indianapolis, and then they just went expansion, Cleveland, Baltimore.
Yep, just a lot of riffraff,
A lot.
just a lot of movement for seemingly no reason. All right, so how y'all feeling about the Maryland and Washington game?
This is gonna be fun. This might be the game I watch this week, like lock into and watch this week with Iowa not playing.
Mhm.
This game's going to be awesome, I think. I mean, you saw Washington play really well last week. Maryland undefeated right now, I believe. I don't remember. I
Yes,
believe they haven't lost a game. They've looked good. Nobody expected them to be like this. So I'm
exactly.
excited. This guy, that's I don't know even know what else to really say other than I just cannot wait to watch this game.
hmm I agree with you on that because like it's two unranked teams, but Maryland has been looking very, very nice this year. They undefeated for starters, and that is saying something for Maryland. It doesn't I like doesn't really matter who you play, but they've been balling out. The offense been putting up numbers, and then their defense been actually holding teams to a significant amount less than, of course, their points scored. So, like, say if Maryland scores 28 points, their defense is only letting up 7 to 14. That type of ratio. So this game's gonna be a very good one. It might actually be very electrifying though at the same time because you cannot knock Washington. You just can't. They have some fight in them. And like you said, we seen it last week against Ohio State. They
Mhm.
have some fight. And if they play like that or even better than that, I can see Washington walking out, with the dub. I can see that. If they don't, Maryland's gonna just take over and milk the clock.
I'm about to say after the game with Ohio State, that's kind of a big confidence boost for Washington. You feel like 24 to Ohio State is like a completely different ball game with just about anybody else. So they hold Ohio State to 24. What can they hold Maryland to? But at the same time, I think this is Maryland's chance to go 5-0, get this streak going, like get them a win. You feel me? So I don't know. I'm excited to see like what everybody does and what they can take from previous weeks and get going this week. Because you, as a Washington team, like you learn a lot playing a number one Ohio State team. So when you get a chance to apply that next week against a non-ranked team against a somewhat regular normal team, like it's exciting for you.
Definitely. And I think we're gonna see a classic old school like Big Ten style football game here from two non-founding members that were originally
Yeah.
the Atlantic Coastal Conference and the Pacific Athletic Conference. We're gonna see the
Uh-huh.
two coasts come in and play like they're from the Midwest. I think we're gonna see like a 17-13 game here. I think it's a really close but not a shootout close. I think both defenses play really well. The offenses play well, but just can't, overcome those defenses. And I just think we have a nice fun battle between two schools who are pretty well matched in competition. Now, I think Maryland probably pulls it out with them being at home, but I will
Mhm.
not be surprised if we see Washington walk out of Maryland with a W this week.
I agree.
They're going to turn
I
their
agree.
it's not going to be it's going to be Washington and just capitalize that W even more than it already is. Change the font size up 10.
Mm.
Okay, then. That's a bet. That's a bet. You know what's crazy? A W is just an upside down M.
Where he land when they win the
Yeah.
game.
Yes. But that's about it from us, guys. That's about it. Once again, I'm Q Nelson. I'm still followed by my wonderful co-hosts, Andre and Bowden. Hope everybody drives safe. Get the coffee that you need for you guys to be vigilant on the road. I'm gonna continue to pray for everybody. Safe travels and have a good day at work.